Hello, welcome to today's follow along routine video exercise routine. As always, I recommend before commencing a bit of foam rolling. Always recommend that. Obviously on the site, I think it's section 2 right at the beginning, you'll find a little guide to foam rolling. Don't need to do all of them, just the ones you find effective. Watch out for what's called the IT band down the side of the dude. Bit of caution with that one. It's quite tender through there. Just go easy. Shouldn't be too uncomfortable. Just so you can sort of feel it doing some good. But yeah, follow the directions there. Okay, that's the roller. Mine over there. So, assuming now you're ready to begin warming up, that's what we'll do. So, slightly different warm-up for you today. What I'm going to have you do is bring your hands together, bring them up, and then what we're aiming to do first on one side is to lunge forwards, keeping the arms as upright as you can. Then we're going to lunge diagonally. Then we're going to side lunge, and at the same time, bring your upper body over and across. And then we'll repeat that on the side. So a forward lunge, diagonal, you can rotate your ankle a little bit too. And then a side lunge and bring your body over and across. Forward lunge, diagonal, side, and reach the body up and across. Forwards, diagonal, arms vertical, and then side lunge, reach over and across. One more on each. So a front, a diagonal, nice and upright with the arms, a side, over and across. So if you've got a tiny bit more space than me. Last time on this side, front, a diagonal, and a side. Okay, I'll use the map for the next. Actually, equipment, and you may want to pause this to move yourself around if you need to. Equipment, I've got some dumbbells. Also going to need to make use of a seat or a sofa, a bench or something sturdy. I've got this kind of appropriately height wall, as it were, that I'll be using for a couple of the exercises. So make sure you've got something available. Make sure that seat's sturdy, and we'll carry on with part 2 of the warm-up. Move my dumbbells to the side. So, with this little warm-up, 2 options depending on your upper body strength. If in doubt, stay on the knees, hands in front, step forwards, reach up and round, come back to beginning. Same on the other side. If you've got the upper body strength, start here in what's called a full plank. I'm just going to start press up, and I'm reaching up and round, keeping my knees, my hips pointing straight ahead. Step forwards, up and round. If that's too much for the upper body, then keep the knees on the ground. Here we go, we're getting ready. Just going to do this, and then we'll get into our first core exercise, and then we'll start the laps. So stepping, reaching round, keeping stomach tight, and reaching round, keeping knees, hips pointing straight ahead. Okay, we'll stand. So next, core exercise. One good core exercise, and then we'll get into the main exercises of the routine. Okay, for the core exercise. With each exercise, by the way, I'm going to give you some options. Pick the right option for you. With core exercise. So basically, in terms of making this harder, the further the gap between my hands and my knees, the harder it's going to be. But what I want to be is right over my shoulders, over my wrists. So I'm going to start here. So this is called it's a plank quadruped. It's a bit harder than, well, you can bring the knees close to your hands if you want to make it a quadruped, but I want to bring in the plank element, but do, again, what's right for you. So I'm shuffling my knees back a little bit. Then what I'm aiming to do is raise the opposite arm and the opposite leg at the same time. What I want you to imagine is there's a glass of water on your back, and you're aiming not for that glass of water to spill. So aiming to keep stomach tight, drawing in. Okay. So obviously if I wanted to make that harder, knees back. Keep going, by the way, if you've already got the right position. So knees further back, but don't lean back through the arms. Keep the weight right over the arms. And obviously, if I was to make that harder still, I'd be in a more challenging full plank position. There's the options. Do what's right for you. Stay in the one that's right for you. It's all about technique. Technique is the most important thing. But if you're kind of thinking, oh, I can shuffle my knees back a little bit further, go right ahead. Keep the knee nice and stiff, like you're pushing something back with the sole of your foot. That way we're engaging the glutes of the backside. And a little reach. It'll be happening, but really aim to draw navel towards spine. Tighten through stomach. We want a nice medium tempo. Medium tempo basically means it's controlled. Fast enough so calorie expenditure is high, but not at the expense of control. Okay, a few more of these. Should be getting a bit challenging by now. If not, move the knees further away from the hands. But keep the body weight right over the hands as much as you can. Okay, that's the core. Firing, ready to hold us. So next, the dumbbells. We'll need the dumbbells. Two options. If you've got relatively heavy dumbbells, you can either hold one like this, or if you've got lighter dumbbells, or want more of a challenge, you can hold them like this. So this is now where the sturdy seat, stroke, sofa, stroke, bench, stroke, sturdy something comes in. I'm going to use the wall behind me. So if that's a sofa for you or a seat. So we're kind of aiming to stand fairly near. We're going to squat down to it. Keep these together. So let's commence with the first exercise. So squat, I'm actually going to come down. I'm going to sit for a second. I'm going to drive back up. So hips out and back, upper body toe. I'm controlling that descent. I don't want to let myself fall down. Then I'm driving back up. The weight's evenly through my heels and the balls of my feet. I'm trying to keep my back nice and flat as I can. So what the sturdy seat, sofa, stroke wall allows you to do is just to go a bit lower than you would without it. And obviously the fact that we're pausing means that we're decreasing the elasticity, so we haven't got that. We can't quite spring back up. Driving up, good. So working entire lower body. If you want to get the breathing right, in on the way down, breathe out purposely on the way up. Here we go, driving up. A few more of these to go. Big push upwards, toes in line as much as you can. I'm keeping my upper chest up as well. Tightening through stomach, squeezing up. 4 more of these. Driving up, 3 more to go. Big push upwards. 2 more to go. Last one. Driving up. Good. Okay. I place my dumbbells down. So this is where a nice comfy surface, or if you've got a mat, comes in. I'm putting those hand height. So I'm going to do what's called a renegade row. Same options really as the quadruped in relation to making it harder. You want your body weight to be right over that chin, level with the outside of the dumbbells. Knees as far back as you can, but you've got to have that control. So you don't want the back sagging effectively. You want to be stomach tight and right over here. And all I'm going to do from here is pull one elbow upwards. I want my shoulders unshrugged, and I'm just squeezing my elbow in towards my body and up as high as I can. If that's comfy, knees further back. Still comfy, wow. And obviously you can come up into a full position here. But again, do the one that's right for you. If this is too much, you can always go feet wide and it's squeezing up. But again, do the one that's right for you. I'll come back to the knees for those of you on the knees. And squeezing up. Here we go. Elbows towards ceiling. Anytime there's a weight, be it body weight or in this case dumbbells coming down, we just want to slow the descent. So I'm squeezing up, steady on the descent. Check those shoulders, are they unshrugged? Is the stomach tight? Is the back flat? Squeezing up. Away we go. Aim for a few more each side. So this is working the entire upper back, arms, especially the front, back of the shoulders, important muscle groups, especially for posture and spine health. Still squeezing up. 2 more each side to go. 1 more each side. Okay. Done with the dumbbells. Well, actually we'll need the dumbbells for the next one. And for the next one, I'm going to move this mat to the side. So next, I'm going to do something called a walking lunge. I'll tell you what, I'll do the first one facing you, because then you'll be seeing me disappear into the distance. So a walking lunge, literally from there, and I come to there. So 2 things that make this harder: how much weight you've got, range of movement, so how close I'm going to bring my back knee towards the ground, while staying fairly upright. I'm going to start here, so if you're ready, walking lunge. Maybe I forgot to mention, oh my head's disappeared. Maybe I forgot to mention you need a little bit of space for this one. But just use whatever space you've got, just do many more lengths if you need to. So walking lunge. Back knee towards the ground. Pushing the hips back. Back towards you. So nearly upright, pushing the hips back. Keeping my upper chest tall. I've got room for 1 more. About turn. I'll do 1 more leg. Hips back. Back knee towards the ground. So I'm going to challenge you to get that back knee as low as you can, but the weight stays on the front leg. The front leg doing most of the work. Driving off. Okay. Good job so far. Next, we're going to need our comfy surface again. We're going to need the dumbbells. This time we're going to do a lying chest press. Now, if your dumbbells are not quite heavy enough for this, if you want to make this more challenging, you can always do a press up instead. But I'm going to do a floor press. So arms wide, shoulders definitely unshrugged for this one. Then I'm going to push these over the upper chest, out to 90 degrees, driving up. And again, nice and controlled on the way down, stomach tight, shoulders unshrugged, driving up, squeezing through upper chest. Knees, as you can see, nice and bent, driving up. Like I said, if the weights you're using are not challenging enough, turn this into a press up. Driving up. So a nice medium tempo, controlled on the way down. So we're aiming for about a second up, 2 to 3 on the way down. 3 more to go. 2 more to go. 1 more to go. Okay, good job. So these, the last few exercises, should be relatively challenging. I'm going to bring my mat down here. So with this, back to your seat, bench, sofa. So all I'm going to do here is roll myself forwards. Actually, for another option, I'm going to bring the dumbbells in. You may or may not need them. So, with this one, flying bag coming towards me. That's very quickly. Okay, there you go, let you catch your breath there. So, I'm back in this position here. My shoulders are just on the bench, stroke, wall, stroke, sofa, whichever one works for you. Now, actually I'll take these away for a second. So, my hips are close to the ground. Arms wherever. They can be across, they can be here, wherever you kind of are happiest. All I'm going to do is squeeze through my backside muscles and lift my hips up. So there's a straight line from my knees to my hips to my shoulders. I come back down again and I squeeze up. If that's enough, then that's your position. I'm going to put my dumbbells here. So I'm lowering, I'm driving up. Lowering, driving up. If that's still not challenging enough, you can always try a single leg version. If that option I gave you at the beginning, whichever of those options is challenging enough, keep using those. So I'm going to use the dumbbells. So driving up, squeezing through, backside. There we go. Dropping down, squeezing up to the top. Squeezing through backside. Straight as you can. Lowering down to where you can, hips towards the ground. Squeezing up as high as you can and holding. So great exercise for backside muscles. Backside muscles hold the hips in place and help the spine. So my shoulders are coming forwards, then I'm going up. So I'm looking straight ahead. At the end, I'm looking kind of diagonally upwards. Almost there, really squeeze through backside. 3 more to go. You may feel a stretch in the front hips as well. 2 more to go. Squeezing up. 1 more to go. There we go. Dumbbells down. Catch your breath. Back out. That is a lap. Okay. Good stuff. Catch your breath. We're going to do another. Also the option to rewind and do a third lap for those who've got lots of energy. Okay, so back into first exercise of the round. That was my squat. Again, ready with your seat, sturdy seat, stroke sofa, stroke bench, whatever works. Like I said, make sure it's sturdy. Garden furniture, not sure. I've broken at least 1 or 2 chairs. So, sorry, was that too much information? Here we go. In with the squats. So a little bit away from the wall. On the wall, driving back up. Here we go, hips out and back, driving up. So certainly front thigh muscles working very hard with the squat. Weight quite evenly through heel, front foot. And press through front foot if you wish. Driving up. Here we go. Driving up. Remember to push the hips back. Also helps to have the seat there to entice you to do that. Keeping the chest up. We want that back to be nice and flat. Driving up. The second to sit down. Big push upwards, controlling that descent. Driving up. Driving up. Big push upwards. We're not far off. We have 3 more to go. Driving down. Big push upwards to legs almost straight, never quite locking out. 1 more to go. Big push upwards. Good job. That's the squats. Okay, next. We're on a roll. So use your mat, stroke comfy surface. So, I want my hands to be right over the dumbbells. Sometimes that's what gives you, can aggravate the wrist as being too far back. So nice and far forwards. Position your knees right to make it challenging. If you've got great upper body strength, obviously you can be here, but don't let the back sag. Keeping the hips up, stomach tight, backside tight. If in doubt, stay back down here with me. Okay, elbow towards sky in my case, or ceiling. Body weight over dumbbells. Shoulders unshrugged. We don't want those upper shoulders joining in. Squeezing the elbow towards the sky. Tightening through stomach, tightening through backside to give us support. controlling the weight on the way down. Big pull up. Aiming for as many reps as we can with that good technique. Squeezing up. Big pause. Bring that elbow as high as you can. Squeezing up. Cross upper back. Big pull, and obviously the arms are working as well. Certainly biceps. Squeezing up. Almost there. May also feel a stretch in the front of the shoulders. Squeezing up. 3 more each side. Set a big target. Up, same technique. Even when it gets more challenging, just try and keep that technique. 1 more each side. Squeezing up, stomach tight, back to the tight. Last one, big pause. Okay, good job. Right then, we'll set ourselves up for the walking lunge. Recap on the demo and the technique. So, you just see me. So lunge, same on the other side. Hips back, upper body nice and tall. Let's commence. Here we go. The back knee towards the ground, hips back, and lean forward slightly, switch. Okay, and about to. Keeping that same rhythm. Hips back. I can fit another one in. 1 more length. Well, use the space you've got, but maybe more length than that. Last few reps. Stomach tight. Feet nice and straight as best you can. Hips back. Okay, good job. Set ourselves up for the next one. So the mat, comfy surface. Here we go. Dumbbells. So remember, if this isn't quite challenging enough, depending on the weights of the dumbbells you've got, then do a press up instead. Here we go. Arms out, head rested, shoulders unshrugged, up like a triangle, driving up. Big push ups. Some dumbbells above upper chest, out to 90 degrees at the elbow, driving up, shoulders unshrugged, still tightening through stomach, and over on the ground, but still a good idea. Big breath out on the way up, deep breath in on the way down. Big push up that's really squeezing for upper chest. Nice and controlled, especially on the way down. 3 more to go. Big push upwards, final 2. 1 more to go. All the way up to the top. Okay. Dumbbells down. Lastly, into our hip thrusts. Fold this in half because I'm using a wall. So back to your sofa, stroke seat, stroke bench. Here we go. Oh, dumbbells. Almost forgot. Remember there were 3 options with this one. 3 options. I rest my shoulders on. Just about, not very far on. So across sort of the, just below my upper back. My chest is pointing upwards, my chin is diagonally up. So remember, option, if the dumbbells were not needed, option to go without them, up to you. Or even you could do the without the dumbbells, single leg. You can alternate there, whatever's right for you. Okay, here we go. Squeezing the hips high. Squeezing the hips high. let the hips come down low, looking straight ahead, drive up, squeezing through backside, looking diagonally upwards, squeezing through backside. So depending on the tightness of your front hips, depending on the strength of your backside muscles, maybe how much you sit down, maybe mobility issues with the back, depends on how easy it is to get your hips straight. I know for me, I've had issues, lower back issues since I was very young, so it can be quite a challenge to get the hips all the way up. That's fine, just to where they go. There shouldn't be any discomfort either, just to where they go. Stomach tight. If you find the hamstrings are joining in too much, you can always take the feet a bit further out, but really try and squeeze through backside. The hamstrings are involved in this, but they're not the main muscle group. The main muscle group should be backside muscles. So really try and squeeze through backside muscles. Squeezing up. Just a few more to go. 3 more to go. Squeezing the hips up. 2 more to go. Squeezing up. 1 more to go. All the way up to the top. Good. Okay. Come back up. Now, if you've got the energy for a 3rd lap, then rewind back to the squats. Add a 3rd lap in. I'm going to bring this down into a stretch. All I'm going to have you do is just loosen off, walk it up and down. Could even go back up here, couldn't I? Walk it up and down. Okay. We'll do a bit of a stretch to finish off. Okay. Right then. My head's going to be out of shot. Very sorry about that. For the first one. Calf stretch. If you've got a handy wall or something to push against, just take a big step back, plant that back heel into the floor. Now, believe it or not, I did do a bit of preparation for this. I made sure I could be seen on every single exercise. Unfortunately, stretches weren't part of that, so sorry about that. But I can probably do this next one without using the wall. And bring my arms forwards. I'm going to push my knees back and my hips back, so right down the back of the legs. Hold that position there. And I tell you what, seeing as we've got handy sofa, stroke seat, stroke bench, stroke wall, is a great stretch for side of the back. So for those of you that do any driving or office work, most of us, this is a goodie. And any of these that you find effective, feel free to put into your own routine as well. So what I'm going to do with this one, my arms are here, I'm kneeling. What I'm going to aim to do is straighten my arms, push my hips back, and I've got thumbs up. I'm going to try and rotate my thumbs out towards the ground. As you can see, my side of back muscles are quite tight. At the same time, I'm going to push my hips back. So muscles down, side of back, back of the armpits. Try and keep stomach fairly tight, nice and deep. The breathing, I aim to push my hips back further. And as we go into these stretches, nice and deep with the breathing. I'm going to bring all this right back down. Okay. I'm going to come back up to my mat. One we did earlier, this time I'm going to hold it. So kneeling position, full position, up to you, whichever's right for you. Step forwards, going to put that knee down into the ground, and then without, well, it's a controlled twist. I'm going to look, I'm going to follow the direction of my thumb, I'm going to look round. So keeping stomach tight, so where you may feel the stretch through the left front of hip. It's a good stretch going on, keep those shoulders low, through the
right front shoulder. And if I'm honest, there's a little bit going on at my back as well, which kind of gives you an idea how much influence all these muscles have over the spine. So people always say, how come there isn't a direct stretch to the spine? And the answer is that if we're stretching all these, it's all the other muscles that affect it. So the more we can stretch the right muscles, if that makes sense, the more our back health improves. And this one, amazing for, well, I know there's a few that call this the, if you're going to do one stretch, then do this one. There's a lot going on. There's front hips, we've got rotation through the sort of middle upper spine, the thoracic spine, and we've got front shoulder as well. So a very beneficial stretch, this one. Okay. From this position, I'm going to go pigeon pose. If there's anyone that does yoga, I don't, I just know what it's called. And from there, arms in front, I've got this knee at about 90 degrees, I could probably bring it forwards. Pushing the hips back, so I'm stretching through, I'm sure you can feel it. Deep muscle in back of the hips. So for us of a certain age, if you know what I mean, obviously this whole kind of warming up before we start, foam rolling, stretching at the end, and just spending enough time to make sure there's time to do a good stretch really helps us in relation to how we move, keeping supple mobility, flexibility, and of course joint health. Okay, keep breathing nice and deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do one more. I'm going to pull my mat a little bit further away for this one to drop. Accommodate my long arms. So, I'm going to bring my knees at about 90 degrees. I'm going to bring my arms out. And what I'm aiming to do is keep my knees down that way. Then I'm going to look to my other arm, my left arm in this case. Nice and deep with the breathing. I'm going to bring the knees up. I'm going to rock them to the other side. And this time I'm going to look to the opposite arm. So knees one way, arm the other. Great for thoracic spine that sort of runs between the shoulder blades down to middle back towards where it connects to, it doesn't connect essentially, but where it meets the lower back. Okay, coming back up. Shake out through arms, shake out through legs. Very well done. Routine done. You got through another one. Good stuff. Any messages? Remember the Slack groups there. Ask me a question. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Any more videos like this? Any more programs I can make? Let me know. To make it complete, make sure you're using that nutritional side, the eating to lose and shape up section. Anytime you need to pick me up, in fact, as I'm making this, I've created it's new at the moment, a new video in the Go Here section. It's a bit of a motivational, takes you back and goes into your goals, into your objectives, and kind of really dials in as to what it is you want to achieve and why. So make use of all those sections. It's not just about the exercise. I know for most of us, we can get into a routine for the exercise, but it's all the elements of healthy lifestyle that's going to enable us to get to where we want to go. Okay, again, well done. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.